Hello, good people. How are you guys all doing out there today, huh? Another good day in the markets. Not too much going on, up or down. A lot of sideways action, but nothing ever goes up in a straight line. And if it does, pay attention because what goes up must come down. Today, I want to talk to you guys about something that I absolutely love. This is kind of the next level of crypto investing. It took me a long time to really understand what this was all about, and I really didn't quite get what Polkastarter really can lead to, but I invested in it a little bit earlier, and it's made some pretty good gains for me. I am a holder of Polkastarter. I do not plan on selling my Polkastarter despite the gains that it's had recently. I believe that this is going to, in the long run, be a billion or more plus market cap. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy or not to buy Polkastarter. But what I want to do is I want to introduce you to what Polkastarter means and how you can use something like this once you get familiar with it to get into some of these really hot new pre-sales that are going on. Yes, they're hard to get to. Yes, it's expensive to hold. It's a lot more expensive now to hold Polkastarter, to get into these projects because you have to have 3,000 of them. Very thankful I got into it a little bit earlier, but I've tried to get into some of these projects and it's really hard. I don't quite know how to do it as well because I need to follow in some of these projects and you need to get whitelisted, which I've tried twice and failed twice, but nonetheless, it still gives you an idea of what to look for if you're trying to get in on something before it comes out and hits those 10x's. Some of these projects have literally gone 100x, you guys. Unfortunately, I didn't get in on those opportunities, but I'm still learning. So as I continue to learn more, I will continue to bring you more videos on this. I'm putting this out there as a test run to see if anyone's really interested in this. I would love your feedback. Please drop a like if you enjoy the content I'm sending you, and give a subscribe if you'd like to be a part of this channel moving forward, because we're going to continue to look at this market and always find new ways to take advantage of the things that are presented in this market beyond just your standard investments, because getting in early is the key to really being able to maximize your profits. So Polkastarter, this is a Polkadot project. It's basically a launch pad for a bunch of new Polkadot ecosystem assets that are coming out. And right now, this is what we're looking at. This is live time, you guys. That's rank number 111. The market cap is pretty robust. We're gonna look at the chart in a minute, but it's grown a lot because people are waking up to the potential of what this really can give them, and it forces you to do research. It forces you to do a lot of research. So if you're just a lazy investor and you just want to buy something and hold it and you're stuck with Coinbase and you're happy with that, that's great, but this video is probably not for you. This is for people who want to learn more about the opportunities that are presented. So this market cap of 371 million is growing, and it's growing fast. You can see there's been some volatility involved in that. I think a lot of people have taken profits on this, and good for you guys, whoever has done that, because you got to take profits off the table. So that you can use that to invest in other projects, or you can just kind of make some money, because that's what we're here to do, is to make money, right? Or maybe even just hold some for those dips that inevitably happen, just like the one we talked about a couple of days ago. It was a kind of more of a flash crash, but if you were in an advantageous position and you had cash on the side, you can enter into those projects that you like to get a better price on, instead of FOMOing in at the top and just kind of hoping for more gains, because you really have to protect your investments here, you guys. The circulating supply is right there. Over half of the total supply. I really like to see projects, you guys, that are over 50% of what's been released, because a lot of these things, they come out and the allocation's under 10%, and a lot of the people who are fund and seed investors, they're holding a lot of coins. You can see what happened if you know anything about Exceed Me, which actually was a Polkastarter launch. A lot of the seed investors ended up dumping their coins as the market value on that had gone up. And, that's their prerogative. You have to really research this and make sure you don't get caught up in that. Exceed Me has actually done pretty well since some of those people have dumped, and I expect that project to continue to do well. But nonetheless, that was provided as an opportunity through Polkastarter. So this supply is great. This is what you want to see. You want to see good action, and you want to see a healthy market cap. But let's go down here to the 30-day chart, you guys. Look at that. I mean, have been talking about Polkastarter for a very long time. This gains a lot of attention from some of the bigger YouTubers because they understand what this presents. And if you really start to deep dive into cryptocurrency, this is where opportunities lie. But this, look at that. It just kind of traded sideways. And as these projects started to come out and these projects started to do well, it started to garner more attention for Polkastarter. And a lot of people use this on Uniswap, and they are actually providing liquidity. So you provide liquidity by adding the Polkastarter and some Ethereum along with that, and you can gain access to basically some of the transaction fees that take place on Uniswap, as well as Polkastarter itself has been giving people rewards for holding the tokens in their wallet for a certain amount of time. So I haven't done any of that. I'm kind of researching and thinking about getting into that, but for now I'm just really happy that I got into this project because I saw the opportunity that it presented. Even if you never, or for me personally, I never really have used it for what its use case is for. I'm still learning these things, but the project itself has been great. The reason why I see usually a chart like this tells me, that's a lot of upswing in a very short amount of time. We're talking about like a couple weeks. This thing has just blown up. I still expect this project to continue to go higher. Like I said, I'm kind of targeting eventually at some point this year, a $1 billion market cap, which is still almost about a 3x from here. But I like the fact that people have to hold 3,000 polls in their account if they want to participate in the upcoming opportunities to get in on projects early. So because a lot of people are going to faithfully be holding these tokens because that's what they're using it for, I don't think you're going to really see like a dump in a project like this. Yes, there's pullbacks. Yes, there's things that happen. And if the market hits a snag and there's a correction, which at some point will happen, you guys, there will be a correction. Nothing continues to go up forever. But even in corrections, projects like this that are very strong, that have fundamentals that give incentives for people to hold on to those tokens are projects I like to be involved in because it's less of a risk, if you ask me. I mean, obviously this is good profit making right here, but I like to hold on to these things, and if something dumps, I expect stuff like this to recover very well. So this is a great project. A lot of people that watch my channel, they're like me. I'm a new crypto YouTuber. A lot of people that watch this channel are new as well. I can tell by reading a lot of the comments. You guys, I appreciate your comments. I always try to respond to as many as I can. But they don't know where to get these assets. I see it over and over. Where can I buy this? Where can I buy this? So what you do is once you click on to look at a project, you're just going to scroll down, you guys. First of all, a lot of information is right here. We're going to go to the website in a second, but just come down all the way here and you'll see this green bar. It says all trading pairs. When you click on that, it's going to give you every place that this asset is able to be reached and able to get involved in. So this is good. It's grown quite a bit. I picked this up on Uniswap. I love Uniswap. I will be giving a Uniswap tutorial eventually, probably coming up in the next week or so here, because Uniswap is the opportunity to get in on projects early. A lot of times that's where you want to be, because before they get to Binance, before they even, if they ever make it to Coinbase and they get to some of these other markets, that's a chance to get in on them, because Uniswap, anyone can list a token on Uniswap, which also means you got to be careful, you guys, because there's been a lot of rug pulls. There's been a lot of scams. You've got to make sure you got the right token address. And there's research you can do for all of those kinds of things, but you don't want to just go buy something without doing your research, because you can essentially lose all your money. So these things are good. Forces you to take it to the next level and indeed do your own research. So forgive me, that's where you go to find out, where can I get a hold of this? So let's take a look at some of these. Like I said, I got mine on Uniswap. I do, well, Huobi you can't really do, because it's they do have a US market, I think, but Bitmart, Hit BTC, don't ever touch Hit BTC. That's a terrible, terrible market. MXC, as you can see, this is not on any of the major, well, Gate.io is pretty big, but it really, Bilaxi is okay. You're not going to go to Binance and find this. You're not going to go to Coinbase and find this. You're going to have to be involved in one or more of these exchanges if you want to do that. Now, there's a lot of work involved in having getting on an exchange and maintaining what it's like to be on there. You got to do all the KYC. It's a lot of work, you guys, but it's worth the effort. So you can scratch a lot of this junk here just simply by getting familiar with Uniswap and what it offers. If I was going to give you any advice, look into Uniswap. Like I said, I'll make a video on that soon here, but for now, just a little information about how I personally got involved in this and where to go. So we're going to go to the website, which I did click on through the information right there. Also, you guys try to follow telegrams. Telegrams are a wealth of information. So anytime if you're looking into a project, you want to know more about it, get involved in their Telegram and read and be involved and comment and ask questions. A lot of times the admins will come and they'll answer your questions, and there's a lot of helpful people involved in these Telegrams as well. Be careful though, if anyone DMs you first in a Telegram, even if they say they're an admin, don't ever give anybody your information. Let me repeat. Don't ever give anybody your information in a Telegram chat that has DM'd you first. It's just bad news. There's a ton of scammers out there, you guys. There's, like I've said, there's sharks in the water. You got to be careful, guys. So please, just be mindful. So this is the website. It'll ask you to connect a wallet, and if you do, it's whatever wallet you use to interact with these kinds of things is going to prompt you to open up that wallet. And what that does is now your wallet interacts with this. I'm not going to do that right now on screen. We're just going to take a look. What I wanted to share with you guys here. So these are the upcoming pools. So by holding Polkastarter, you now have an opportunity to get involved in a lottery, which will, if you get a position in it, will give you a chance to take a small allocation in a pre-sale on some of these big up and coming market moving game changers. So it's kind of the luck of the draw, but it's worth the effort, because if you get in, even if you only get an allocation, I think a lot of these were starting out at like 0.4 of an ETH, less than a half of an ETH. But if something goes 50x, I mean, you just really did yourself a favor. A lot of people come in here and they get on these and they go dump them right away. So there's a lot of when these things come out on Uniswap is usually the next place for them to come out. There's a lot of action. Sometimes things will just blow up and then they'll crash, and then you got to kind of wait for them to stabilize. But if you got your allocation early, you can either turn that for a pretty large profit, or you can kind of sit there and wait and see what happens. And some of these projects, like I said, they've literally done a 100x. So let's say you get $1,000 into a project like this, you can turn that into $100,000. It's an actual possibility. It happens. It's been happening. I've seen it with my own two eyes. I was not able to capitalize on anything like that, but at least my wheels are turning and I have this opportunity. It's all about presenting yourself and providing for yourself the opportunity to take a look. Is it work? Yes, it's work. Is it worth it? Come on. Can we make 100 times our money at our normal job? No. This is the opportunity for you guys to take advantage of. I'm going to tell you, these are some of the previous ones. You can see some of these have actually done pretty well. Bridge Mutual was just a barn burner. I think Bridge Mutual might have been the one that actually did a 100x at one point. And after it consolidates, and if the tech is good and what they're really providing, I mean, it's going to do really well. The only one that I'm involved in here that I'm an actual holder of is ExceedMe. I sat here. I was very, very interested browsing this site. I could not get into the private sale, but as soon as ExceedMe went public on Uniswap, I jumped in. I got lucky. I threw about an ETH and a half at ExceedMe. I got in at an average of about 32 cents. So ExceedMe at this point today, I think, is about just right around $1. So that's a triple up right there. I could easily pull my money out, my initial money that I put in, and be sitting on basically some free crypto. And if that happens to crash and poop the bed, I haven't lost anything because I took my initial investment out. Like I said, ExceedMe, a lot of the people, the seed round people, and these are all different, guys. These are all individual projects. So all of their token distributions are very different. So you really need to research, like I said, on the Telegram and see what people are saying. But a lot of people that were holding ExceedMe from the private sale and from some of the seed investors, they've already put their stuff on the market. They made their money. And now it's starting to recover and get some really healthy, steady growth. So these projects can be really great, you guys. At the top here, we're going to look at the ones that are coming out. Now, two of these in particular are very, very, very hyped at the moment. We got Super Farm, which is Elio Trade's project that's coming out. People are very hyped on Super Farm. I think Super Farm is going to provide a lot of things coming up in this market to take advantage of and to really further your knowledge and your involvement in crypto, depending on how far you really want to take this. And Polka Markets, that's the one I'm targeting. Polka Markets, I didn't get in. I'm not in on the pre-sale. As soon as this goes live on Uniswap, I'm going to try my best to be all over it. Obviously, if it just shoots up super high, I'm going to have to sit there and bite the bullet, fight the FOMO, and I'm going to have to wait to get involved in that. But I'm going to try my best. As soon as this goes live, I'm going to make sure I've got the right address on Uniswap, and I'm gonna throw a couple ETH at it and just hope that this is something that's going to live up to the hype that people have been talking about. I'm not going to get too much into the projects themselves. What I'm really here to do is just show you the opportunity. They have 5 right now. And I'll tell you what, this right here, because, and Fractal, there's a lot going on with Fractal. I don't know anything about Unido or Public Mint. I've heard Public Mint tossed around, but I can't focus on all of these at once. That's just too much division, and I have to concentrate my assets and what I have to throw at them at the ones that I really believe in. And right now, I think that's Super Farm and Polka Markets, just because of the backing and the fact that there's a future involved in these two. Big YouTubers are going to be pumped. They're already pumping Super Farm. It's already off the roof. I'm a little afraid to get involved, which is why I'm going to stick with Polka Markets. It kind of leaves the same taste in my mouth that Polkastarter left. Polkastarter was great to me. I pulled the trigger at just under $1. I'm very happy that I did that. I will be holding on to my polls because, like I said, I want to try and continue to get involved in these. But these projects right now are what have driven this price from it was around $2. Let me go back to let's just go like this. I'm gonna go back to see when it started blowing up. But yeah, right around here, we started getting there, and people started saying, oh, I've got to be involved in this. And so people started buying Polkastarter big time because they wanted to hold 3,000 of them so they could get a chance to get in on these. It just shows you the sentiment behind not just Polkastarter, the asset itself, but the opportunity that it gives you to get involved in things that you're just going to either get lucky and just be super stoked on it, or you're going to have to try and get in the secondary market. We know that when these things come out in the secondary market, they've already done 5 times, 10x times the money that you could have been involved in had you gotten your hands on these. So these fundamentals are strong. It's projects like these that I really like. There's a lot of hype around Polkadot itself. I think that ecosystem is extremely robust. I think everything involved in Polkadot is going to be something that's worth holding for the long term because it's going to compete with ETH. It's also going to kind of coincide with Ethereum and just continue to offer opportunities in this space that you're not going to get anywhere else in the world. You can't get these opportunities in the stock market, you guys. You can't get them by certainly holding money in the bank. I'm a huge fan of gold and silver, precious metals, but those don't give you near the opportunities for actual life-changing money that you have here. So Polkastarter itself is the dominant launchpad product for Polkadot, and I think it's worth your time investigating. I certainly would never give you advice to go out there and buy at a chart like this, but this could keep going. Now, there also could be a pullback involved in this because once some of these so far, these are the hottest ones to come out on this market, at least as far as hype is concerned. There's a lot of hype around these 5 projects collectively, especially these 2 right here, and possibly Fractal. But you'll forgive me, I lost my train of thought. But anyways, that's the one. I was saying to invest. So once these drop off the market, who knows? A lot of people could sell their Polkastarter for the gains that they've made, or maybe they entered right here and they didn't get their allocation, or they did get their allocation and they want to dump. I can see this easily pulling back down to the $4 mark. I can also see this easily rocketing past $10 and on its way to $1 billion market cap. Overall, it's very healthy because they're going to continue to. These are not the last projects to launch. This is just getting started as far as what they're going to be offering, and so far it's been a very safe bet. A lot of people have made a lot of money. So do your own research, you guys. Please do comment so we can interact together. I want to know what people think. I want to know what you guys see on the horizon for Polkastarter, because I love to share information, and the more information we have together, the more collective decisions we can make to help our portfolios do what we want them to do, and that's continue to be healthy, continue to grow, and to continue to provide opportunity. I'll tell you again, it's all about opportunity. This is a huge opportunity. So do what you will. enjoy what you do, and never let the stress of a market that goes up and goes down get to you, because life is so much more than crypto. This is here to provide for our lives so we can go do fun things with our families or get involved in the things that we want to be involved in. You know, hobbies can be expensive, travel can be expensive. This is not about boats and hoes and Lambos, you guys. I mean, for some people it is. For me, that's the last thing on my mind. I think it's ridiculous to be frivolous with your money, but you do what you want. I'm just trying to give opportunities for those of us who really see the opportunity in this market. So anyways, that was a long-winded ending to this video. Have a great day.